Sounds good.
Not very photogenic.
Okay. So, do you want to just go down the list that I emailed
Yeah, we
you?
can.
So, based on our conversation earlier, you attended the Jenkins school, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how many years were you there?
Let's see. I went here for like 8 years.
8 years,
Yeah.
okay. And what was that time frame?
Let's see. 1957. From 57 till like 63, I think, because, yeah,
And
63, 64.
Okay. And did that include a little bit of elementary school, middle, and high school, or is it mostly just...
Ada was basically an elementary school. So we transitioned from here to Torrance Lytle, which was, I guess, 1 through 12. And I went to Torrance Lytle for my 9th grade year because, like I said, this school was like 1 through 8.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kids that went here had to go to Torrance Lytle, which was a high school in Huntersville, for your 9th through 12th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay, but you were here for a good long while.
Mm-hmm.
You said you didn't know Ada Jenkins herself.
I didn't know her personally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure my parents did, but I never really had a chance to meet her.
Did your parents ever talk about her?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember any stories about her?
Not that many. I knew she was strictly for academics and wanted to make sure that, the kids in this neighborhood, had school. Because she had to think, like, during that time, was during the time that the whole country, particularly in the South, was segregated.
Mm-hmm.
And so there weren't very many resources or schools for black kids. And she was one of, from what I understand, she was one of the driving forces of getting this school started. During my parents' time and living here in Davidson. But from what I understand, she was real high on academics and pretty stern disciplinarian too. I would love that, man.
Yeah, she sounds like a great lady.
Yeah.
While you were at the Ada Jenkins school, did it go through any significant change?
None that I can recall. I guess starting out, this portion of the facility was the school, which we would call the old building. When I went to school, we always called this the old building. And when I started school, they had built the addition. But that addition was done before I started. The only really significant change from the facility itself was when they added the cafeteria, which is now where they have the hot meals program for the elderly.
Yeah.
So that was probably one of the most significant changes that I can remember to the facility itself. Because when I started school here, our cafeteria was kind of like a white wood frame building.
Yeah.
Boy, you used to love those lunches that they served too.
They served you lunches here?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What were they like?
pretty much, and I think everything was done from from scratch. I mean, we had like I'd always call them like home cooked meals,
Oh, wow.
breakfast and stuff. So had good food. Had really
That's
good
awesome.
food. Oh yeah.
Did the people here at the school like make it for you, or was it sponsored by CMS? Because this is a CMS school, right?
It is. Now, I don't know the total history, but Ada Jenkins at one point was not part of the CMS school system.
Have to look into that thing.
Yeah, because they had like, how can I say this? It was, I would guess, mostly a community school, a neighborhood school that was supported by the members, the families in the community. Because during that time, there were like separate school systems for black and white.
Yeah.
You remember during that time. And I can't remember when Ada Jenkins became accredited and a part of the CMS school system.
Okay.
I mean, that might be something that you might want to research, but
Yeah, definitely.
that was the most significant change that I can think of.
Before the cafeteria, did people did the grades eat separately, or did that change at all? Like who you ate with?
I think so. It's been so long. But I think we went like according to grades, like maybe first and second grade together, something like that. Because it wasn't a very big building, and I'm trying to think. I can't remember if our teachers kind of like fixed our place or something like that,
Yeah.
It's kind of like, when it comes to that part, it's kind of like being home where your mom made sure you ate what you're supposed to eat, no junk food, that kind of thing. You ate healthy.